reconnecting with some of those old characters like Dr. Ian Malcolm and David Levinson from Independence Day.
Yes.
How do you get, like, it's been years since you've done that. How do you get that guy back?
Well, it's not rocket science, you know, you're just pretending really. And but yeah, those are the two occasions on which I revisited a character for Independence Day, just this last, couple of years ago, and then Ian Malcolm. And I played that character again in that commercial that we did that was shown on the Super Bowl. Did you see that for the Jeep? You know who directed that is Colin Trevorrow, the guy who wrote and directed the last one, wrote this one that I'm in. And there's going to be a troika of these dinosaur movies. The next one, he's going to write and direct too. Colin Trevorrow, great director. But this new one is directed by J.A. Bayona, and he made it easy to do, and it was fun to do again. I love that character, and I love talking about the value of science, you know, and fact-based reality, and the misguided, the misguided stupidity of exploiting animals or scientific achievement for profit or cheap entertainment or militaristic weaponry. Very bad. Ian Malcolm is very passionate about fighting that all with every breath in his body.
Good, absolutely, absolutely. And the video game. You do the voice of the video game.
In the video game, yes. Some smart people wrote Malcolm-like lines, you know, and yeah, you'll hear me if you get those. Do you play video games? Well, good. Well, you know what the premise is of that game? You can form your own park. You can manage and create your own park and make dinosaurs and figure out how to keep it secure, et cetera, et cetera. You run the park. And I come on and I tell you, you know, I give you some warnings and, you know, some personal experience, bits of wisdom.
It's fantastic. It's fantastic. And of course, you know, you were just out there signing some autographs.
I like meeting everybody. That was so nice.
Yeah.
I enjoyed meeting everybody. There are a bunch of people here who had me sign things. I saw you all. It was very brief, but it was very nice to say hi to you and be close to you. Thank you for coming, because they're not only from here, they've driven from many far places. I know. I can't thank you enough. I really appreciate your coming.
Yeah, well, it's what the Grand Master commands, isn't it? Grand Master. I like to, you know, if I could only get my wife to call me that at home, the Grand Master.
Taika Waititi directed that movie. He's from New Zealand, a very brilliant director. He's spectacular. Did you see the extra material that came out on the DVD? Where I have a roommate, you know, from New Zealand, and there's extra material for me from the movie. Yeah, I like that.
How much liberties in that role did you get? What kind of director is he? Did they let you, because it was such a controlled insanity character. Do you know what I mean? It was just...
Thank you, Andrew. Yeah, Taika Waititi and Kevin Feige and Louis D'Esposito and Victoria Alonso, the people at Marvel, who mastermind all these movies, are very creative and high integrity types, and they have a lovely way of making what they hope is a very high quality movie. And Taika Waititi is a very interesting, adventurous, pioneering and brilliant director, and we did a lot of improvisation in that movie. We fooled around a lot. He's very funny, loves to have fun, and so we did the lines in the script, which was beautifully written, but then we did 10 other, for every line and every scene, we did 10, 15 other versions, just because we were fooling around, and a lot of that got in the movie. A lot of that is just us fooling around.
It was wonderful. It was wonderful. Now, you know, in the introduction to me when I came up, I mentioned that your body of work has about a box office of about $6 billion. $6 billion. Which one are you most proud of? If someone had to say to you, what role do you want to be remembered for?
Golly, that would be...
narrow it down to that, or is it...
Yeah, that would be very difficult. I've done a bunch of movies now. I've been very lucky. I was thrilled about the idea of being an actor when I was a kid. I got this idea when I was a kid, and I was just obsessed with the idea of doing it. And the idea that I've done it over now a few decades and worked with interesting people and got interesting parts to play is still a magical and delicious thing to me. I'm very, very grateful. So I've done like 100 movies. I don't know, I've done a lot of movies. what am I most proud of? I'm trying to get better as I go along. So maybe the more recent ones feel sometimes a little better to me. I tell you, Wes Anderson is a wonderful director, and to have been in Life Aquatic and Grand Budapest Hotel and Isle of Dogs is a big thrill for me. I'm very proud to be associated with him. But with all those guys, Mr. Steven Spielberg and you know, David Cronenberg, I've been very lucky, been in some good movies and worked with good people. Robert Altman I worked with early on, and you know, good people.
But you're always experimenting too with your craft. You've done TV, you've been on Friends, you've done, you know, how do you expand it? What do you look at? What attracts you, I guess, to a part that says, yeah, I'll do that? There's a lot of actors who only do film and won't look at TV and again, but you're very broad-based. So what attracts you to a certain part or a certain role?
Well, I've been with the same manager for now 30 years, Keith Addis. He's here, and he's been instrumental in helping me choose wisely. He's very, very brilliant and very caring, and we've been together for 30 years. But I go with my instinct, you know, just what feels fun for me to play with and what feels like I might expand my ability to pretend with, you know. And now that I've got these kids, I do think about, you know, them seeing something that I may do. You know, but I like having a variety of things. I like being able to do, in The Mountain, for instance, I play
Rick Alverson, yeah.
Yeah, with Rick Alverson. Do you know him? Yeah, he did entertainment before this and the comedy. Very interesting director. I play a guy who does, it's in 1954, and I play a guy who in the 40s pioneered lobotomy. A method at that point to cure mental illness. It's a very serious, dark, and interesting movie. So, you know, I'm interested in many things in life, you know, and movies that have to do with different aspects of life appeal to me here and there.
And I think, you know, not only the acting end, and you mentioned it a little bit earlier, the music. Every Wednesday night you can go to a bar in LA and see you with your jazz band.
Yep, it's called Rockwell. If you come to LA, come tap me on the shoulder when you get there on a Wednesday night. Rockwell, we did it last Wednesday. I'm going to be there this next Wednesday. Oh yeah.
And expand, please, a little bit on the live album, because you did mention it, but that's a pretty big deal. That's Capitol Records, Jeff Goldblum, Jazz, it's Decca Records.
No, we have some very good people involved in it already. It's a month away, but we're practicing for it, and it's going to be a lot of fun and something spontaneous. But we've got guest artists who are going to join us, who might be very wonderful, and I'm excited about it. Wait till you see that. You like jazz music? Do you like jazz at all? You do? Well, nice.
It's exciting. It's very exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited about it.